It's too hot for food. I mean, I had food earlier in the afternoon. I just know that when I enter a D&D game without food, I am starving by the halfway mark. So I figured I would get ahead of the hangriness.
We don't want hangry Tab. That's a
We
bad
really
guy.
don't.
All right, so early game. It's not even an announcement. It's just the thing that I just added under your macros. There should be a set of a new set of playing cards. There's playing cards and there's the safety deck.
Ooh,
Macros. Oh, what's that?
I don't know, but I have little purple Roll20 cards occasionally. They were there and now they're gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so-
think we're all clicking to show and hide. Are we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody was clicking. I was like, there it is. Now it goes away.
Where do I find macros?
Cool.
It's the 3 lines.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, and then collection.
Thank you for. I have no idea what the hell I was doing for a second there.
Burn Bright safety deck.
Awesome.
That sounds intriguing.
Oh, that's right. I can't recall my own cards. Well, I have the eight of clubs if anybody needs it.
Should be.
Yeah,
Huh.
you can recall them. I cannot give it back.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that these are fairly easy to use.
Yeah, they should be. So if you, I'm trying to remember what it looks like from the DM side. If you hover over the deck, each deck, you should get a small menu should pop out the left side of it. So, and it should, for us, it says choose and draw for the safety deck and just draw for the playing cards. And then once it appears over your name, you can click it and it should appear. You should be able to see what it is.
Now it's
oh,
letting me steal
yeah.
your card.
Yeah,
I
go
don't
for
even
it.
know what the fuck is going on.
But when you as the DM hover over it, you should have you should also have an option to hide, I believe, and you should have an option to recall, which is
Yeah,
to bring all the
but-
cards back.
Yeah, the safety deck should not be showing playing cards. So
Oh, is it? Let's see. I'm just gonna grab one just to.
what is it?
Keep going.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Stop.
And then I can't put my own card. Oh. Right click to flip or take.
Are these consent cards?
They are.
They are. Yeah.
I'll hide the playing deck. That's just the safety deck that's left now.
Are we going into murky territory? What is this game becoming?
It's a new feature. Roll20 just rolled this out today.
Yeah.
I think
it's
today.
Really?
just I'm adding it because it's a good habit to add.
Alright.
I don't foresee needing it, but it's better to have it and be
Yeah.
able to use it if someone needs to than to.
We can tilt them.
I didn't know they were going to be on the screen the entire time.
Yeah. So and I don't think they have to be. Like we can hide the macro, or you should be able to recall them.
I don't even know where the macros.
Oh, here we go.
Never
we go.
mind.
Under info, I think.
It's right now. The macros are right
Okay.
on.
Yes. If you hover over it's called collection. It's right next to the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
3
they could-
lines.
Yeah. So they could either sit on the deck if anybody needs them, or if somebody wants them, they can just grab them, show the macro, and then draw what they need, or whatever you want, because it's not my game. So I'll stop coming up with suggestions now.
That's pretty cool. It's you just put your card down when you're kind of not cool with what's happening.
This is the same macro as we used for Alice is Missing. Not exactly that one, but it has a playing card macro, so we've played with it a little bit.
Did you ever find Alice?
We did. She was still alive even.
No shit.
Yeah.
Small miracles.
At least in that game. was a really cool system. I would love to run it sometime, but I need to be in the headspace to run something emotionally intense, and I'm full up on
That game
emotionally intense
seems
these days.
intense.
It's very intense. Definitely a game to play with a carefully selected group.
Curated, even.
Thank you for figuring out that add-on, Heather. I'm excited.
I think that you did most of the figuring out, so thank you for figuring
Well,
out that add-on.
I know how to use it, but I don't know how to make it be a thing. So I'll inquire with you about that later.
Sure, it was super easy.
Excellent.
The easiest part was adding it. All right. Does anyone want to talk about what happened last game?
My notes are very few, so I'll start there and then we can go from there. Yeah, so Kyor had manifested a solar, well, a celestial that appeared to look like a solar 2 sessions ago, and yeah, we began the session with the aftermath of that, specifically telling the thing that had arrived that there were no wars to be fought. She was just hoping it would bless this oasis, and specifically this Shrine of the Raven Queen / event that was occurring at this time. The Solar was game for it. It gave a sermon and then invited the sick and the wounded to come up for blessings. At that point, we wandered outside and did yo-yo tricks at some point during that 45-minute session, and thus the reason my notes are a bit spotty. But the Solar did do its thing and bless some people and disappeared in a shower of feathers. And Kyor then married 2 couples and did some atonements with I didn't entirely understand what was going on there, but it seemed like there was a lot going on there. The last, not atonement, but the rite of dedication was the capstone of the evening. I believe a like tiefling drow individual showed up asking for the rite of dedication, and Kyor helped him out with that and charged him with maintaining the local shrine. His name is apparently Death Bonray, so that seems fine. Yeah. I was just looking at that in my notes and wondering if I'd heard something spelled entirely wrong, that I had written as Death, but no, I think that was actually his name. And yeah, everyone else headed up to bed at some point not long after that, including not including us. We, instead of going up to bed, because we don't believe in that, that is for chumps, found a corner table at the tavern and sat there just kind of doing the quiet in company of people without actually interacting with them thing while reading the very long romance novel that the Tal'Doreis apparently use as their secret code. And we snacked, we brooded, we read some more. I believe Sunbeam found a fan club at some point. And then it was morning. Macklin had a private conversation with Seta and warned her about the threat to the Oasis, and knows that that threat happens on the evening of the Ascension and nobody survives except for one person. And that's all that I got. So hope someone else has more. But maybe no one does.
Yeah, that was pretty thorough as far as my remembrance goes. I know we did set out towards Ankarel at the end of last session, didn't we?
We got beds for the evening, and I think we slept until morning. The only thing I can add is that Nathan had a brief conversation with Seta about the. Wait, did you already say that?
It was mentioned. I think.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right. I missed that game, so I have no idea of the contents of that conversation.
Yeah, it was a fairly short game. Because we were getting ready to leave, and then that's when Heather ended it because she didn't want to continue without Jill, which, you know, pretty good point.
I love technical issues.
Is Jill coming in for anyone else?
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
barely.
Okay, I'll just turn away.
Yeah, I think we stopped in the morning because we didn't want to push on any further without Jill.
Okay. Everyone want to roll me Constitution checks?
Oh boy.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. That's better.
Oh my.
Have I at least slept off the coffee at this point?
I mean, yeah, you've slept for 12 hours, but you're still one of the last people. I mean, one of the first people awake, I guess, with Jocelyn being the first one up.
Yeah, so with Jaws being the first one up, what he's gonna do is he's gonna lock everybody's door, he's gonna barricade them, he's gonna make sure that nobody can get out through the windows, and he's just gonna set the place on fire.
Dimension door.
Also, it's made of stone. How are you gonna set it on fire?
I'm a sorcerer.
Well, fire.
Jocelyn.
Ah, shit, sorcerers.
Anyways, what Justin's really gonna do, he'll probably get up fairly early in the morning, wanting to set off, head downstairs, sit down, drink some tea, and kind of slight banter with Seta. Nothing like, you know, hey, how's everything going? How's the bar? How's the temple doing? Stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
Simple back and forth, just kind of waiting for his party to get up. Jokes here and there, stuff like that.
Yeah, and she's, even though it's fairly late for her, she does banter with you, joking about you being Dad's new favorite.
Yeah.
That sort of deal. You wake up and it's morning, which is weird for you because usually you trance and it doesn't take that long. But you distinctly feel like you have tranced for the last maybe 8 or 12 hours.
I'm gonna get up and pull myself together and head downstairs and be like, what the heck? I wasn't even like drinking. Because I obviously slept too long.
Jazen will reply with, V, I guess it depends on what you were drinking, but the coffee that you drank was a little bit more potent. I would suggest tea this morning.
V will take that suggestion. Fine. But the coffee was really good.
Oh, I have no doubt that the coffee was extremely good, but, well,
yes. And then I had to run around the room for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I remember. My feet remember.
I mean, I remember. It was pretty crazy, to be honest with you.
Perhaps some moderation is in order.
I did not realize that it was going to be that strong. Not that was much of a defense.
Are you feeling any better this morning, though?
It's not a hangover, but I think I just slept for like longer than I ever have in my entire life.
Yeah, I think we've all been in those situations, V. I know I have once or twice in my many years of existence.
I mean, it's fine. I'll survive. I've got cool glasses. V puts the sunglasses on. And requests tea from Seta.
A pot of tea is put on the table for you, as well as a few cups and a large bowl of fruit with some long prong-like forks, for obviously for sharing to be fruitful. That's about when Kyor, you're up. And
Okay.
Tab is about when you would walk back into it.
We go back to our corner table, and no, actually, if people are sitting nearby, we'll go sit near V, and dive right back into reading the ginormous book. I don't know how far are we into it. I know it's very, very long, and we read all night except when we were brooding, but it was very, very long.
Probably like maybe halfway through. 12
Okay.
hours.
We sit down and pick right back up where we started, where we left off. Very interesting.
Kyor's early morning is going to be very simple. Wakes up, does her prayers, breaks out her little paladin handbook with all the little prayers and stories that she usually consults when she's preparing what kind of abilities to use for the day. She turns back to the section near the back of the book that she kind of skimmed through when she found the Summon Celestial spell, and takes a moment to actually start reading what else she can do. Shortly after, there's a fairly loud exclamation, audible to just people who happen to be passing by her room. I can do what? That's about it. She'll be heading down for breakfast, maybe like 10 minutes after that.
Kyor, how are you? How was your evening? Night? Sleep?
Restful. Once I finally fell asleep, it was actually was a fairly peaceful night.
That is a good thing.
Yes, I'm not used to it.
Do you tend not to sleep very often?
I tend not to have many peaceful nights.
I could see where that would be a problem.
And how was your night?
Restful?
Excellent. Did anyone not have a restful night, out of curiosity?
Were you all really asleep, or were you magically put to sleep, and so peaceful, non-peaceful things happened, but you just didn't know about it?
If we didn't know about it, would we have known about it?
You would have noticed the rubble when you woke up.
What if it was hidden from us?
I suppose it was well enough done then that they deserved to get away with it. We
Those
nodded.
scoundrels.
Nod decisively and go back to reading our book.
That is a rather good point. How long should we give Macklin before we go wake him up?
I know we needed to get a move on early because heat and traveling distance. How close are we to when we wanted to be leaving on lizards?
What time would it be? Would it be probably, I'd say Jocelyn probably woke up around 5 in the morning.
Is Heather with us?
Yeah. So, by the time you all got up and around, I'd probably say solidly 8.
Okay, so if it's 8, it's going to be getting hot soon. Where's Macklin?
Stumbling down the stairs as you ask.
Stumbling down the stairs as you ask.
I'm getting old.
We summoned you. Morning.
Why did no one wake me sooner? It's so late. The burning daylight.
We were
Is that
engrossed in a very
tea?
good book.
Oh,
It is
looks
indeed tea.
Jocelyn pours Macklin some tea.
Macklin's just barely managing to get his gear on, kind of fumbling, kind of disheveled. Grabs the cup of tea and just shotguns it, not paying any mind to how hot it might be.
You'll burn your tongue.
Yeah.
We suppose it's too late now. All right, we'll stand up and like we still have the book. Like we're gonna try to do the reading and walking thing. Which way are the lizards?
Sure, you go to answer, but you're distracted by the sudden burst of chatter in your ear.
Oh no.
Why do I keep forgetting to give this back to her?
What's that, Kyor?
Because you like listening in and knowing what's going on.
What are you speaking of, Kyor?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. There's things happening in my ear. Is it in a language I understand, or is it in that kind of like pigeon language?
You're catching maybe every few words, because it is half in Celestial, which you do speak. Just also got a lot of other languages mixed in.
Zemnian?
Including Zemnian and Elvish.
I sometimes feel like this is deliberate. Any words of alarm that I would pick out?
Sure, you're getting, let me just notes. That's what you got.
I'm going to lean forward a little bit and frown slightly. I'll press my hand to the earring. So I keep forgetting to turn this in. What's going on now?
And the rapid fire conversation you picked out was Uriel and Rift, also known as Winter.
Who?
Not Winter. Mika.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, no, it's
I
spelled midsummer.
I mislabeled her in my notes. Her new name. But anyway. And you hear them both stop kind of suddenly. And this Uriel is just kind of hemming and hawing as if unsure whether to say what the hell is going on.
I will jump in as he's hemming and hawing. Weigh your options of whether it would be good to tell me in advance or let me find out on my own and then seek you out for not telling me in advance.
I think Kyor has to speak out loud, right? So it's not like we don't hear Kyor's part.
Yeah, you hear it.
Even if she didn't have to, she would be speaking out loud.
Oh.
Kindly remind them that I do have the ability to teleport us right where they are. So if they do not want to tell us, tell them we can just come find out ourselves.
Josen can do magic shit to get us over to you, so, you know.
And Uriel seems to be stuttering a lot when you hear a ghost kind of just go, rather flatly go, "We're evacuating the non-combatants from Whitestone."
The city's been found then.
It has. Not breached yet.
Have they reached the walls or still moving into position?
They've reached the walls. We're using the sun tree to evacuate to the Emerald Plains.
I'll move my hand away from my ear and look over towards Seta. How far is it to Ankarel on Lizardback?
About the day.
Well, shit.
Do we need to get over there faster, Kyor? Because if we need to get to Ankarel faster, I can also take us there a lot quicker.
If you take us there quicker, would you be able to bring us back to Whitestone as well?
As long as we don't get into any trouble.
I'm going to touch the earring. All right, continue as you were. If you could, every so often, please keep me apprised of the situation in Whitestone. We can move quickly out here, but it would be foolish to commit ourselves to a losing battle, and I know that there are plans in place for just such an occasion as this.
I will.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I move my hand away and look to the others.
As soon as it looks like Kyor is finished with her conversation. What's wrong in Whitestone?
Vecna's found it and is marching on the city.
So we can't send the Seeker there. Where's Talia going?
They're evacuating non-combatants to the Emerald Plains.
Hold on. And we're going to run upstairs and pound on the Seeker's door.
As Tab's running away, I'll raise a hand, pause, wait until they're upstairs, and then look at the rest. How long before we tell them that all the people we want to soon to speak with are probably still in the city?
I would assume that Talia falls under the purview of combatant and not non-combatant.
But I suppose we'll check with the Seeker when he returns.
And indeed, after we run up the stairs, we pound on the door, we pause, and then we come back to the top of the stairs and look over, regardless of whether or not the door is opening behind us. You should all come up. Addressing the group, sorry.
I glance up toward Tab.
You glance up towards Tab and you see a confused, dressed, well-dressed even, halfling with a bald head standing behind them. A little confused.
Do we notice that he's standing behind us? Our passive perception is only 10 today, probably not.
Hell no.
Okay, then we continue looking impatiently at the group.
I'll get up and follow as soon as Tab says something.
Heft myself up to follow after Josen.
Once we see people coming upstairs, we turn around to head back to his room, and he's right there.
Yeah.
We squeak and jump a mile.
Did someone just surprise Tab
It certainly looks it.
by standing behind them,
It certainly looks it.
unmoving? Huh.
Jocelyn walks up to Macklin. Let me see your tongue, please.
That's a bit forward, isn't it?
Shouldn't you get to room
Jocelyn,
first?
why would you?
Macklin, just give
Can't
me...
see.
Macklin, just give me your tongue.
Excuse me? That's extremely forward.
You know, in all this time of us expressing our dismay at you asking for Macklin's tongue, you probably could have explained exactly why you wanted his tongue to begin with.
I cannot stand the speech impediment. It is driving me insane. Macklin, give me your tongue. Just stick it out, for Christ's sakes. I'm not going to make out with you.
I don't
Again?
like this, Jonathan. I don't like this at all. But I'm going to trust you. Bleh.
Jocelyn cast Cure Wounds at first level to heal his tongue.
Oh, it tingles!
Wait, don't Don't you have? Isn't that a touch spell?
I was just wondering if he has healing
Yes,
word.
that's why. No, hold on. That's why I told him to stick out his tongue.
Crabs, Jocelyn, it's salty.
Having regained our composure, and so far as we ever have our composure, we're just gonna walk past the seeker back into his room, leaving whatever is happening downstairs behind.
Of course.
I'm using my cold dice, by the way, and you heal 9 hit points, even though you don't need 9 hit points.
I certainly don't, but thank you.
Are you done, Macklin?
Retching or
Jocelyn just shakes his head. Next time, don't chug the coffee. Maybe sip it a little bit.
I didn't think we had the time. I'll Johnson can't say after you, sir.
And Jocelyn walks into the room. Or steps forward.
It's a small sitting room, but in a bed in a corner. Well, it's already made. Sharp corners on it. It looks like it was made by someone who spent a lot of time focused on discipline.
We're gonna look around and realize that we don't. Is Corin's not? Is Corin here?
Corn is half asleep in one of the chairs.
Okay.
Looks like he's sipping a cup of coffee.
That makes perfect sense.
Prepared.
Sure. We will once whoever I same, and I was so confused about what was happening until it clicked on me like right before you demanded to see his tongue, and then I was delighted.
He's just so coy about things.
So once
personal space.
whoever is coming up the stairs is up the stairs to join us, we'll turn back to assume. Vecna's marching on Whitestone. We don't know if we can send you there.
To be fair, all the people he wants to speak with are combatants in Whitestone.
But we wanted him to speak with them. We don't know if he wants to, so he should know. If it changes anything.
If the city is under attack, I'll certainly want to speak with them.
And we'll turn towards Corin and you. Are you going back too? Or is it changed now?
Lauren shrugs and points at Assume.
We will.
He's following him.
We will nod and pick up the coffee pot and basically pour until his mug is basically almost about to overflow. Like Dex check levels of about to overflow. You'll have to be more awake.
Thank you, Tabby Cat. He pulls the cup next to him and slurps on it just to keep it from.
We are satisfied and step back and go back to reading our book. Just standing there.
So we came up here because we want to make sure that the Seeker is going to Whitestone or wherever the other place is. They're evacuating people to.
The Emerald Plains, it appears.
We nod without looking up from the book.
That does beg the question, which of the two places will you go, Assume?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Which of the two places will you go, Assume?
Oh, I'll be heading to Whitestone at least for a little bit to look how our sovereign is handling.
Can I just get a quick God, what can I check with you to see if he's hale and healthy enough to handle a potential siege to get out of it alive?
Sure, medicine.
Medicine. Okay, that is not my strong suit. But I'll take a 17.
Oh, 17? Yeah. You know, he's escaped a lot of things. A lot of things. Without warning, even. You get the feeling that he knows when to retreat. And what's your passive insight? 57?
My passive insight. What is that? Your proficiency plus 10?
Efficiency plus 10, yeah.
Okay, hold on one sec.
If mine's
26.
yeah, I was gonna say if mine's 18, yours got to be a lot higher.
Mine's 22, so
You said 26?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You get the feeling that half of the reason he might be going to Whitestone is to make sure that maybe that the Sovereign understands when to retreat. He might not be totally
Macklin
convinced.
smiles and nods. And we'll be right there with you. Just have to run our errand and we'll be there.
I wouldn't recommend it. Why don't you head to the Emerald Plains instead? And
Now, is the Emerald Plains an actual other plane? That's the player asking.
no, the Emerald Plains. So you guys remember Count Costame?
Yes.
That's his lands.
Yes. So that might be a little bit of a problem. I have not been to the Emerald Plains. Do you happen to have, and this is Joslyn speaking to the Seeker, just out of curiosity, an item that might have come from, I don't know, there?
For a moment, shakes his head. No, I don't.
Well,
Out of character, where does the Emerald Plains fall upon?
We move to the map.
hey, yeah, let's do that. I like that idea.
So Whitestone is up here.
Right.
Emerald Plains are down over near Primal. Here, the Emerald Outpost here is now called the Emerald Plains.
oh wow, that's a long
right next
hike.
to him on.
And
That's
we're
probably fine.
somewhere like way over here, right?
You guys are like way off the map, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Indeed. We might be in a sort of pickle there. Unless we can find some kind of item. Something like that.
Can you teleport to a person that you've met?
It doesn't work that way. The way that the spell works in itself is if I knew of a circle from there or an associated item, I have better chances if I'm very familiar with the area. But if I've only viewed it once or seen it occasionally, the chances of that might go down.
Macklin nods and pats himself down.
DM, this is a total Hail Mary that may not be remotely possible. But since it's nearish Amman, where exactly is that Wasseren's signet ring from? Any chance that family is from the relevant area?
Close. We're on the edge of the Ivy Heart thicket, which is closer.
Then we will fish out our signet ring and go to make start to toss it towards Jazen. Sort of make the gesture just before we would release the ring. Realize what we're doing and not let go. We might have something.
Perfect. Now, has it been in that area within the last 6 months?
No. We put it away.
Well, thank you, Tab. I really do appreciate it.
10 years is a bit more than months. So,
Yes.
never
yes.
mind.
Does Kyor still have the jerky?
Jerky?
Kyor certainly has stuff in her bag.
Kyor, do you remember that farmhouse that we went to? Totally overrun. Dead people. You did burial rites. We raided their pantry. We found jerky. Do you still have that jerky?
Oh, gods. I don't believe so.
Balls.
You do have a lot of stuff in your bag, though, that something might be relevant. That's all I can give you with an 8.
I'm just I'm just catching up. And my history check was abysmal. Why are we looking for the jerky?
Because I need an
Jazen.
object that has been within that territory within the last 6 months.
Of the Emerald Plains?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And of course of the location that we're going to, but I figured that would probably be a little bit more easier to figure out than the Emerald Plains.
The where was the war camp settlement located at?
That was above Kaimel, wasn't it?
Warcap was over near Drenna and the Terse Field.
That's way off.
Okay.
You see, I figured that we would be returning to Whitestone, but of course, with news that we've received, that might not be the best plan. And to be completely frank with you all, I have not been to the Emerald Plains. A lot of the areas to the north where we typically go to, I could get us to, but Emerald Plains, unfortunately, at the time, we weren't really happy with Count Costamane. Just say it that way.
So you've been there in enough time.
Have I been there with?
Not you, the others.
Gotcha.
I've been there recently. Was sort of peeking over the book.
There was a time where we went from Amon to the Taurian Forest. I believe we cut through roughly that area.
Well, give us your bags. We'll see what we can. We put the book away and look expectantly at them all.
My bag's not very helpful unless you know what you're looking for. I say as I'm currently rifling through it.
Why not?
Because it's magic.
Can't you just turn it inside out?
We do not want to do that.
Certainly not in the secret room. Quite the mess.
I'd
Can't
like
you
to
just
point out that
focus
I
on the
have
Emerald
a-
Isles?
I'd also like to point out that I have an object of considerable value within this bag that should not be brought into this plane.
Is it from the Emerald Plains?
No.
Has it been there within the last 6 months?
To be quite
Probably
fair,
not.
I'm not sure where it comes from.
We're
What?
just saying it. If it could be useful, then it should be useful. We went to a lot of trouble for it.
What is it? What are you talking about?
The thing.
The thing.
Indeed.
We nod very significantly.
Not that Jocelyn can see you.
He can
Thank you.
hear the disturbance in the air.
What are you doing?
We're nodding significantly.
Kyor, do you need help rifling through your bag of things? Right, just one of those bags. Never mind.
I pull out a set of iron keys on a ring. I think these are from restaurant.
That's
I
close
don't think
there.
that's quite close enough.
Getting warmer though. What else do you have?
Drop it back in and start looking through.
Don't put them back.
Why not? I might need them later.
But
Has
now
anyone
they're in
met
the
a
way.
Single? No, Single's been in the Feywild.
There's plenty of room.
I don't think we know how. Like we know that you clearly know that you can invert a bag of holding, but I don't think we know how it works other than that.
Oh, I forgot about this. And I start pulling out a long pole that just kind of extends out of my bag.
Is it 10 feet long?
It is collapsible. I quickly put that back in. I have a bunch of things I bought in Whitestone that I actually don't use all that often, but I have them.
Ha. Hmm. Hmm.
How many rations?
I start pulling out like a lot, like handfuls of rations. I might be able to last a month or so on the road with these. Drop them back in. I pull out a muffin. I'm not exactly sure when I got this muffin.
We think we gave it to you. You didn't eat it?
I take a nibble of it.
Probably stale.
Probably
Yes,
is
I don't
mold.
think I have anything from the area of the Emerald Plains.
Well,
Still in the earring, right?
I
Right,
am.
Okay. You hear Grace's voice go. All right, we should be all set on our end in order to take any refugees that you might have. You can send them through now.
Sounds as though the evacuation has formally begun.
well, should we hurry then?
Do you think they'll need rations?
Possibly. Wait, what? This. Are we going straight, as straight there as we possibly can, given the circumstance, or are we still going to Ankarel?
We're going to Ankarel still first.
Got
Have
it.
it
Just
jumped?
want to make sure.
It's just whether by lizard or faster than that.
I was distracted by the bag.
Ankarel, I'm sure I can Seta or Seeker. Do you have an associated object from any destination within Ankarel? Anything at all?
The Seeker shakes his head. No, Seta is still downstairs. And then the Seeker goes, no, I don't have anything from Ankara with me.
Jaws and gives him a polite bow and goes downstairs. And is Seta still downstairs?
She is. It looks like she is giving instructions to a young drow gentleman. Take over for her. Looking at you with a nod.
Seta, before I promise you, I hate to interrupt you. I know you've been up all night, but I do have a question. Would you happen to have an item from Ankarel? Anything bought from a shop? Maybe from a hotel or
sure.
tavern?
Looks under her Kyor pulls out a lemon and hands it to you.
Jaws inspects the lemon with his nose and smells it. Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I am heading to bed. If you need to wake me up.
No, I think we'll be heading out soon. We really appreciate your hospitality.
Always.
Jaws and smiles and heads back upstairs. And literally walks through the door. I have a lemon, so we are good to go.
We tuck the book back into our bag. And as promised, we stand still awkwardly for probably 30 seconds is as long as we can tolerate. And then we sort of bounce in place and turn back to the group. All right, we're ready.
So, do we go to On Corral and see if there's someone with an object there? Or
Well, that's one possibility.
We have the object from Corel.
Yes, we can get to Ankarel. I don't believe the Emerald Plains exports anything.
Ignore me, I'm testing something.
The Seeker survived us only to fall before the Holy Avenger.
The Seeker is a lot more than 19 hit points.
That's a relief. We will look over our shoulder at him if we have somewhere close. Do you have anything from Amon? If we can't get to the Emerald Plains directly.
or Kaimel.
Does it need to be a thing or a person?
Have you
How many
been?
people? How many people do you have in your bag?
I
That's
spent
a-
most of my childhood in Amon.
Yes.
In the last 6 months?
Right. You would have to be there within the last 6 months. Now, I've never tested it on a
I've been to the Feywild, I've been to Hell, I believe I've been to the future and back in the last 6 months, but I have not been to Amon.
then you would
Well, if
not
we want to,
work.
but if we want to go to the future, we'll know who to ask.
Hey, DM, quick question.
Uh-oh.
Whereabouts is Castle Grayskull? The Grayskull Keep, rather.
Say Castle
It would
Grayskull
be
is another-
right outside of Amon.
So right outside of Yamon. And we followed the, we basically just went northeast toward the Torian Forest when we were, that's nowhere close. We never went to Kyle. Okay.
What if we went to the lizards, or not to the lizards, out into the desert, and took the thing out of Kyor's bag, and then overturned the rest of the bag, and then put the thing right back in the bag right away, so that we could look through the rest of it at our leisure?
I beg your pardon? What?
I think Tab's trying to say that instead of blowing up your bag here, we can blow it out into the middle of the desert, search through it, and see if we can find an item that maybe would get us closer to our destination.
Well, only having the thing that you're worried about out of it only for just a moment, because we would take it out first and then put it back.
I have a lead-lined box, if that's what you're looking
Is it
What-
from the Emerald Plain?
for. No. Will protect an item from scrying. Being detected magically.
Is this room likewise protected from scrying?
Of course.
Oh, I suppose this would probably be the safest place to take out said item.
Kyor's not having it.
Just
Okay, well,
Ignore
yeah,
me.
yes.
Macklin, no!
As if I couldn't take that much radiant damage. Maybe not that much.
I'm just testing some things, playing with some new spells.
But are you testing them on your companions? As we're the only ones in the
Only
room.
mentally.
Well, I guess if we're seeing this happening, I'm gonna have to cast Death Ward on Macklin.
So we were offered a lead line box, and we were joking about the lead line box. Does anyone actually want the lead line box to put the thing in?
I think it would be useful. Transferring it in a anti-scry room would be. I mean, we won't get an opportunity like this all that often, so additional precautions are always valuable.
He nods, he moves under his bed, and he pulls out a small box, probably, I mean, the size of a shoebox at least. But casts it onto the table, it sits with a big thunk, he lifts the lid off.
Is there anything in it already?
Not currently.
I'm going to move over to it. Just to be on the safe side, could you hold the lid over the box so it might be closed very quickly?
I think I can manage that. Takes the lid and holds it right over the box.
And then I am going to reach into my bag. Very clearly picture the reliquary and make sure that I can grab hold of it. Basically confirm that it's still there.
Yep.
Oh, thank the goddess. And then I will transfer it into the box.
Just put it in the box. The moment your fingers are clear, he slams the lid shut.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Do you feel any different? Are you possessed or cursed anyway? More than usual?
Not more than usual. I'll reach for the box to put it back into my bag.
I think your companions were talking about turning out your bag to see if there's anything in the lines.
I have a lot of things in here, but I haven't been to Amon or the Emerald Plains within the last 6 months.
Well, as long as the item's been there.
I don't...
What don't you want us to see?
I don't care what you see. There's just a lot of things in there.
Yes, but
Oh, the more
are
reason to
there,
check.
anything, it's better
But you all
to...
promised to help me put everything back, yes?
Of course.
All right, fine.
Hold on. Do you have loose ball bearings? Is that the problem?
No, but I've got a lot of other things.
Okay, go ahead.
It might be best to put this over the bed, just in case there's some breakables in there. Once the bed is clear, I'm going to very carefully kind of like remove my bag. And I'm going to turn it over carefully, quickly, so that I can kind of control the tide and spread it across the bed and down to the floor in an attempt to try and keep anything breakable from breaking.
Yeah, you turn out your bag.
Okay.
What all comes out?
1 second.
Might have to. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm.
A couple other just minor things.
Wow. Okay, okay. Can I like investigate to see if anything is recognizably from that area?
Sure, roll an investigation check for me.
like having grown up in Amman, presumably I would know like what the local vintages are and things like that.
As Jocelyn's going through the pile, he's like picking up an object and being like, "Where's this?" And he kind of feels around. This Raven Queen seems like an idol. Where's this from?
29. I like that from Westrun, Mark, on the brothel key set. This is delightful. Leatherman? Oh, leather. No, that was less funny than I thought it was.
Yeah. Anybody want to go back to Barovia?
Talia's earring I'm actually wearing. Some of the stuff I note in my treasure bag I actually have on me. But I do
Okay.
pick up like the potions of healing and look over them like, oh.
We sort of, and we're we were very like visibly very excited to see what was in the bag, so we were like definitely hovering with anticipation as it was turned over. But once we're actually like looking through the things, we are respectful. We're not touching things unless we need to touch them to see what's underneath them, and we're like we are being careful with Kyor's things.
There was a loud clatter when that adamantine plate mail came bling out.
Oh, it's a whole suit of plate. Wow. Okay. We will sort of lift up the plate mail, the helmet of the suit of armor, and point at the bundle of letters and the necklace and the ring that were sort of next to / underneath it. What's that?
Talia's from hell.
From anywhere else?
No, those were from hell. And probably the shard of hell before that.
And before that,
I have no idea.
did you ask her?
No.
She's not on the ear. Oh, that's her earring, isn't it?
Yes.
Did you ask someone else to ask her?
They wouldn't have known where she was prior to her return to Whitestone either. She was
We
working for the enemy at that point.
sigh heavily. The effort of thinking, of thinking about plans is clearly taking a toll on us. Could you ask one of them to give her the earring so that you can ask her?
Huh. I'll put a hand in my earring. Is anyone near Talia by chance? Also, how are those dire wolves looking?
A little stiff and a little crusty.
Oh no.
Salvageable, but with work. You hear your ghost voice go, I am babysitting at the moment.
Ha.
And then you hear another a moment of quiet, and I'm 20 years older than you. It is, of course, babysitting.
Excellent. So, I have a bunch of things that was taken from a room in hell. A question regarding a necklace with a particular ring on it. Trying to determine if any of these items were in Mon or the Emerald Plains within the last 6 months.
There's a silence, and not the sort of silence where like, oh, I've got my hand on the receiver while I ask a question. Just a quiet, really silence before answer comes from Ghost. Actually,
Kyor is actually kind of wincing.
the ring was in the Emerald Plains up until 5 months ago, I think.
Well, shit. I'll look over at Tab and then Josen.
You hear another voice. What ring? And then another. And then Yuri going, realizing he asked the question, we're going, oh, never mind.
Kyor will interrupt him and jump in. All right, I think that's all we needed. Thank you very much. I'm sure you have an evacuation to get back to.
What a way to cut him off, Kyor.
You did not to hear how awkward that conversation was.
Good or bad? Is it good news or bad news?
Oh no, good. The ring was in the Emerald Plains up until 5 months ago.
Oh,
fantastic.
fantastic.
I hope it was worth opening those emotional wounds.
Well, I
Well, so
mean,
long as we prevent the actual physical wounds from taking place, and the emotional ones can wait.
Fair point.
are you okay, Kyor? Do you need me to cure you a little bit? You need a little
I
mind
give Joseph a
alteration?
very uncomfortable look.
I can alter your mind if that's what you need.
Since when could you do that?
I've been able to do that for a while now, Kyor.
Don't ever do that.
How do you know I haven't done that for you already?
I squint my eyes at him. Just so you know, I've recently discovered that I'm capable of bending someone to my will, so... Checks and balances?
I mean, I could bend you to my will if I needed to. Is that what you want me to do?
Please, save it for private.
we sidle over next to Corin and say, we could stab them both and they couldn't stop us. Like, clearly joking.
You could... Pause. Kyor was literally like halfway before saying, you could certainly try, but she realized... She's not sure if her AC's that high.
Jocelyn holds out his hand for the ring.
We need to put all this back in the bag first.
Well, give me the ring now, and I will help you put the rest back in the bag.
We will cross back to them and start carefully putting things back in.
Likewise.
I'll hand the necklace with the ring over to Joseph.
Puts it in a little small pouch. Uh-oh.
Do you inspect the ring at all, or?
Sure, I'll run my fingers across it, maybe give it a little sniff.
Sure. Cool metal ring with a large solitaire cut gemstone on it.
This is kind of a fancy ring. And Jocelyn will leave it at that as he puts it in his pouch. And then he'll help Kyor put all her stuff in her bag.
We're definitely like trying to pack the bag, like put things into the bag in an order that would make sense if it was a bag that you felt the weight of.
And every time Tab puts something in there, they realize they can't feel the last thing that they put in there.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that Vera just starts chucking things in because she knows how it works. But I don't know if that's her style.
It's one of the few magic items she fully knows how to use. And that's pretty much exactly the style she does it in. She just starts chucking things in there. Just
We
kind
look
of rushing in there.
horrified, and then we start just chucking things in too with great enthusiasm.
Someone roll me an investigation check with advantage.
Why do I have a wood carver's?
Investigation.
Macklin, do you want to do it, or do you want me to?
I'm okay at it. I'll investigate. Sure, it's
Go for
advantage. I'll do it. Uh-oh.
Roll me double ones.
Let's
I
all
have
not
10
forget
pints of
V is
oil.
the smartest one here and is also a rogue.
Yeah, everything gets back in the bag.
I think that's it.
Macklin's going behind the blind guy and picking up shit.
Kyor keeps getting distracted by like things she forgot was in there.
Oh, God.
I have a grappling hook. Why have we never used this? Someone in our party should be able to use this.
Would you like to give it to us and we'll find a way? We already have one. Is that ours? Can we tell if it's ours?
I should think so. You can check your bag.
We do. We pull out a grappling hook. Guess not. Way.
I think you're just putting like all of iron spikes and
A bar of
Iron
soap.
spikes.
a half-finished, half-carved dragon chest set.
Oh, that's what the woodcarver's kit was from.
Hooded lantern. Grappling hook. Kyor, there's an awful lot of thieving tools in here. Have you been moonlighting?
Are you changing your
shrug.
profession?
Kyor, roll a history check.
It's remembering is not my strong suit.
God damn. I mean, I'll give you the 19. You vaguely remember grabbing all of Ilya's stuff when she was injured after the fight with the Dracolich.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And you never gave it back, you son of a bitch.
We were somewhat busy in the months since.
What you talking about, Kyor? We've had plenty of time where, you've seen Ilya multiple occasions.
And there were more important things to do every single time.
We're not sure about when you need a grappling hook. You really need a grappling hook. There's not much else that will do.
I mean, how many times do you think Ilya could have used that grappling hook, Kyor?
She's a queen. If she needed one, I'm sure she just demanded it of someone.
We're still standing next to Kyor, and we're going to turn around and hold out our grappling hook. Take this Ilya, please, when you go.
He blinks and grins at you and takes it.
And then we'll turn to Kyor. Please give us your grappling hook.
I would be glad to hand this to her with absolutely no context.
We nod.
Well, I mean, it's... I just pull out the grappling hook and hand it to Tab.
We put it in our bag. I'm updating my inventory to Ilya's grappling hook.
You better use that.
We'll find a way.
I hope you do.
There are countless uses for a grappling hook.
And yet we've never used it.
Well, it's been gathering dust in your bag of hoarding.
Yes.
What's really
Kyor?
going on here? This is intervention, Kyor.
Kyor, I think we need to sit you down because I believe you have a problem.
Oh, this is gonna be one of those episodes I listen back to and just end up transcribing because all of the funny shit.
Please do.
Oh, boy. Just gonna grumble and make sure the rest is all put in there. Take some time to investigate my loot and my bottles of alcohol to make sure they're all in one piece.
They are in good condition.
Would anyone like some potions of healing?
Pat myself down.
Are they expired?
No, I have magical means of that. I imagine you guys would
I'll
probably
take
need
some.
it though.
What was that, Macklin?
I'll take some.
I don't think they expire, but I'll hold out the 3 potions of healing towards them.
Just standard potions of healing.
Standard potions of healing.
Toward Tab. Do you want one?
Look one. Thank you. We
Look
do.
toward V. Do you want one? Contingency plan.
Sure.
Pick me up.
Contingency
Juice?
plans are always good.
There. We're all equipped and ready for war.
Indeed. I pull out the brothel key set again.
Where's that from?
Fantastic.
I think it's from a brothel.
Kyor!
My
think?
Why did you steal
Lord.
their keys?
What have you been doing?
I can't
What?
believe
To
you.
brothels, apparently.
You are to be married, and this is the way that you treat your fellow lady.
You were there too.
I'm
don't
an
know if
old
they're
man
making
who's
us fine.
single.
We're old men. We're
You
expected
should
to
be
be in a
ashamed
brothel.
of yourself.
Why shall I be ashamed of myself? What have I done
You're a
wrong?
dirty old man.
And
Oh, please, Macklin, you're older than him.
Be that as it may. You're speaking to your elders, young lady.
Wait a second. Weren't you there too, Macklin?
Yes, he was.
Possibly.
Well, that's come to be expected by you.
Gnomes get into all sorts of places. It's to be expected.
Yes, I agree with that.
Aren't we
Precisely.
supposed to be going to Ankara?
Yes, we were. But you keep on pulling things out.
Can you please keep it in your bag, Kyor?
I wanted to, but you all insisted I not.
We're very glad. We've learned
object.
many things today.
I was just gonna say, we found this ring, which is perfect.
Then shouldn't we be going?
Joss takes his lemon and tosses it up into the air and catches it, and he says, yes, we should use this lemon right away.
Before it sours.
But we should probably go outside. I don't want to leave Edgar behind.
Oh, that's it. I mean, that's a good point. I wouldn't want to leave him behind either. Justin walks out the door.
It's quite a long flight from here to Ankara, and I follow him out.
We'll meet you outside, and we're going to tie our silk rope to Ilya's grappling hook and climb out the window. Like, we don't need a grappling hook to climb out the window, but we're doing it anyway.
It's more fun that way.
Yeah.
I look toward the Seeker and toward Corin. Seeker? Corin? Good day. Make my way after Kyor and Justin.
Then we climb back up, and poke our head into the room. Once we're down, would one of you please release the grappling hook? And then we climb down again.
This is what happens when we don't play a game for 2 weeks.
V waits until Tab gets down and releases the grappling hook.
We'll thank him when he gets back down. We put everything back in our bag.
Where's V?
What?
Tab, how'd you get down here? What is going on?
We used the grappling hook. It worked very well.
Excellent.
All right. Edgar is like, you ever seen a cat go to sleep on its back in like a puddle of sunlight?
Oh,
Edgar's doing that at the moment.
delightful.
His wings are outstretched beneath him.
Yep.
He's got one foretalon twitching.
Well, if you're all ready.
There's several kids like circled around like 60 feet away from him. Like,
I give a little whistle and he kind of spasms on the ground and like lifts his head up and starts looking around.
kids scattered. Seems like there was some sort of dare situation starting to happen.
He gives a caw after them and rolls over, stretching his wings, preening a little bit. That's a good boy. Pat his shoulder.
Are we ready? Is that we're
We're
ready?
ready. We're ready. We're ready. Where's the lemon?
Question.
Yes.
Will we need to come back in order to leave with Corin and the Seeker?
We thought Seta was sending them. Or was it Seta? Someone was going to send them.
Sika said he could make his own way.
No, never mind. I was preoccupied with my bag. Carry on.
Well, that was before we dumped your bag first.
Been a very long morning.
I agree. Justin will hold the lemon, and with everybody around him, let me make sure I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's not touched. So, with that, Justin will stand there and hold on to the lemon, and he'll cast teleport.
Do we go to like where the lemon is from? How does this work?
It would go to like where the lemon was sold from. So like the
Delightful.
stand. So we're gonna like all of a sudden appear in the stand, because I imagine it's probably a part of the market in the middle of everything, and like this little stand. What I'm picturing in my head.
You disappear from the middle of the desert and appear in a bustling hot market. Crowded, there's people everywhere you can see, and yeah. You're standing next to a fruit seller.
Jocelyn will then take out a dagger and start peeling cutting the lemon and peeling it. Someone might want to ask where we are, because I have no idea.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember what I know that Sada had some sort of really delicious fruit in that bowl at her bar, and I'm scrolling back frantically trying to figure out what it was, but
Pineapple?
I can't. It was a pineapple, wasn't it? We'll look around. Is there a pineapple at this fruit stand?
Is Tab aware of what a pineapple looks like?
I mean, we saw it in the bowl. I vaguely remember it being cut, because I feel like we were vaguely we were skeptical of it.
I think we all can agree that
okay.
a pineapple looks remarkably different.
Well, is there anything that looks like what we think a pineapple looks like then?
What would Tab? I have to hear this. What would Tab think a pineapple looks like?
I think kind of like a kiwi, but with a like same sort of like shape, bigger than a kiwi based on the size of the cutting that the pineapple was cut into. So like a softball sized kiwi with the same fuzzy skin. But I think we expect the skin to be like, we don't think it's going to be yellow the way the inside of the pineapple is, but I think we expect the skin to be like orangey red rather than brown like a kiwi. And that's what Tab thinks the outside of a pineapple might look like. You're welcome. I hope you're happy now.
Pleasantly.
Roll an investigation check.
5, so that's a 26.
You don't find anything like that. You find several melons that look like that you haven't seen before, that look like they might be close. And as you're pondering them, a young girl who looks like she's working at the shop approaches you. Hello, what can I help you with?
Which of these is pineapple?
Neither of those. And she points to the large, spiky fruit that you had dismissed out of hand.
Insight check.
Sure.
28.
She seems to be genuinely telling you which one's a pineapple.
Thank you. Is it ripe?
Yes.
How much?
3 copper?
We studiously hand over 3 copper and pick up the pineapple. And where are we, please?
I mean, you're in Corel. This is Suncut Bazaar. You are in the Jewel of Marquette.
And where's the best coffee?
Probably at the Shade.
At the what?
The Shade.
Where's that?
It's down there, and she's right. My papa goes there when he says he needs coffee, so I must be the best one.
Can I insight one more to try to tell if she really thinks this is the best as far as her knowledge is, or if she's just like has a referral bonus markup situation going on?
Sure, roll an insight check.
That's 5 again, so it is a 22.
22. She seems to be genuinely telling you that that is where her father goes on his coffee breaks, and has the strong opinion that he would know where the best coffee is.
Thank you very much. That's very helpful. Does anyone else need a pineapple? To the rest of the group.
A whole pineapple that's a big commitment. I wouldn't mind sharing one though.
And it is the size of your forearm, so it's not a small fruit.
We don't know how much pineapple we can eat at one sitting. I guess we'll find out.
I get so sick.
We'll turn back towards the fruit seller one more time. Actually, do we know the Debt's Respite? Is that the sort of place? Do we know if that's the sort of place that we can ask for directions to, or if that's the sort of place that we should not be heard saying that we are looking for? I mean, it's an inn, so I'm assuming it's safe. It's like it at least has a public front? Question mark.
You've never been there.
Okay.
But anyone else in your party has any opinions?
Is this spoken out loud?
No, but we did look over our shoulder after like asking where are we and where the best coffee is and what's a pineapple. Like looked over our shoulder. Like is that what you wanted to know where we were? Now you know where we are. Anything else? So there will be a pause before Tab goes on. So other people can intervene or not as they see fit.
Okay. I'm gonna look toward Jaws and then. Is that enough to get our footing?
I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea where we're going.
Oh, God.
Right. Tab, where was this delivery supposed to go to?
You don't remember?
We passed through here long ago.
We sigh heavily and turn back to the fruit seller. We might be here for longer than we thought. Can you please tell us where the local inns are? Who's good? Who's not good?
Well, there's Lux Run, which is a casino. It's very, very beautiful.
We can't take him there, pointing at Macklin. Where else?
She blinks and blushes a little bit like she's not quite sure how to respond to that.
We just wait patiently. I mean, as patiently as Tab gets, but we have a pineapple to like fidget with, so we're pretty patient.
There's the corner cove over there. She points down the street. It's nice.
Is there anywhere that's not nice that we should watch out for?
Maybe the Debt's Respite. A rough crowd there. I'm not allowed to go.
Which way is that, please?
So we know to avoid it.
So that if she disappears, sort of jerking our head at Kyor, we'll know where to look for her.
I beg your pardon?
She blinks a little bit. I don't know. I've only heard of it every once in a while. I'm sure you can maybe one of with your post out. I'm sure that one of the pickpockets will be happy to. You want to chase too there?
Thank you. You've been very helpful. We'll buy another pineapple.
Nods and takes the money. She gives you a small bow. Be pleased.
Thank you. And we'll turn back to the group with a pineapple in each hand. All right, who wants to get their pocket picked?
I point at Macklin.
I beg your pardon. Is that where the Asum is sending us to deliver his thing?
Oh, look, there's something here, and we'll sort of stroll in a slightly farther from the food speller, and would like to pitch our voice so that she can't overhear us. 29 stealth to do that. It is. That's where we need to go. The rough one.
Right, rough and tumble. Oh, that's where Bonebreaker is. Let me rack my brain a little bit.
Best coffee's in the other direction. Well, we don't know if it's the other direction, but the best coffee's over there for V later, but not yet.
Probably the shed. I believe we ran to the shed last time we were here. Can I roll a check to remember where Death's Respite is?
Sure, you can roll a history check.
History check, okay. It's been like a year. Oh, okay. That's a 20. Oh, that's a 22.
Yeah, you think you can probably figure it out.
I think I can figure it out. Just let me follow my nose. Hold on. Now I'm going to start leading in a random direction.
We're going to hand one of the pineapples to V in case we need a hand free.
V2 usually takes the pineapple.
Just
He's not sure what to do with this spiky fruit. He's not quite sure he wants to cradle.
We're just gonna put the other one in our elbow like a football carry and follow Macklin.
All right.
Shoebed's fruits. Oh. Shoebed should charge a little more for their wares. They're pretty good. They can afford to. Underselling themselves.
Yeah, and Macklin leads you on a kind of there's no, it doesn't seem to be a straight path. It seems to zigzag, kind of go in every which direction. But eventually you find yourself at a brick building in definitely more the style of Tal'Dorei than the style of Ank'Harel. It sticks out a bit from the buildings around you. And this one sticks out specifically. It's got a rundown appearance. It has broken glass windows, and the front door is completely missing.
Oh, they haven't changed a thing.
Is it usual for doors to be missing?
Well, it's a design choice. It has a sort of way of telling the layman to stay the fuck away. We don't want your business.
It improves ventilation and also makes it very easy to throw people outside when you need to throw them outside.
Form and function.
Do you also know the person we're looking to find before we go in and try to find him?
Sorry, I'm totally blanking on the specifics of Asum's mission.
Treve Bonebreaker.
Treve, it is Bonebreaker, okay. Yes, he's hard to miss. A large dragonborn. Pleasant to talk to, just don't say the wrong things.
We make a after you gesture with the pineapple.
All right then. Let's see. Kyor or Jozen, out of character, one of you are going to have to help me out. Does anyone remember the boy we bought?
Those, I beg your pardon?
Yeah.
I just need the name.
This is gonna be fine. I'm so excited.
I need a little boy.
I need a young boy.
Young boy.
Seems fine.
Right after the whole conversation about the keys to the brothel.
Well,
I was wondering if y'all would remember that.
I can't remember the name.
North Access. What the fuck is North Access? What's a merchant house?
Oh my
I'm going
lord.
back so many pages in my notes.
Yeah, you're an asshole. That's a long time ago.
Sorry.
That's
Well,
a
we're
lot of text.
we're freeze framed on Tab, just standing there looking, watching Macklin expectantly with complete faith that he will be able to navigate through this in good order.
Oh, shit.
Oh man, I can't go back far enough. For the city of grass.
These are jumbled so bad.
So good. The Bears Pub.
Ah,
Where's the
nostalgia.
Bears Pub? Ah, ooh, ooh. I found it. All right, I'm gonna strut on in there.
I still can't find it. All right, what is it? God damn it!
A Sharu.
A Sharu?
His name was Asharu, and he was working to prevent his sister Sheba from
Yeah.
getting harmed. Oh, the meat man used to run the shame. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Noted it.
I have a feeling. I don't think I spelled this right. That's okay. Okay. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna head on in, and I'm going to see if Treve is running the bar today. Take a look around to see how many people are in there. With our contingent, the retinue of people behind us.
The bar is quiet but full. It seems like people are like quietly playing cards or working on paperwork or just drinking silently. It's a bit off-putting.
Can I roll just an insight check, a vibe check? Not even a vibe check. I'm curious how many of these people are scar bearers, and if I can tell that with insight. Or
I am also
perception.
interested in a just generalized read the room check, and to see if there's any anyone particular who is not up to no good, but like seems to be running the show more than others.
And there's a large dragonborn, copper dragonborn? Sorry, bronze dragonborn behind the bar. He's just quietly polishing a glass. Yeah, you can roll insight, perception, whatever you'd like.
Sure. Insight. Oh, yuck. That's a 21. Wait, no. Reliable talent makes that a 26.
Looks like a lot of people here are scar bearers. But with a 26, that insight check, it's very quiet. In a weird way that doesn't ring as right.
All right. Seeing Tab's youthful exuberance and rubbernecking, I will sign
Excuse
off.
me, we're professional. We are looking around. We are like scanning, but we are not rubbernecking.
Okay, just seeing Tab.
I mean, although with
keenly
Macklin's
perceiving.
perception, we might it might still look like rubbernecking. To be fair.
Just very quietly, and I'm assuming that V is nearby as well. In subtle thieves' cant. Something's not quite right. Be careful where you step.
Do you think everyone else here speaks Thieves' Cant too?
Almost assuredly.
We switch to Dwarvish. We'll be careful.
I furrow my brow and look at Tab and kind of like curl a nostril back as though I smelled something odd. Gesundheit? And I'll signal for the others to follow as I make my way to the bar.
We'll follow. Pineapple still cradled at our elbow.
You make your way to the bar and sit down. The bar itself is fairly empty. He turns his head to you, looks you over. Welcome to the Death's Respite. What can I get for you?
I incline my head and nod toward him. Bonebreaker. It's been a long time. I glance in a sort of gesture toward Kyor and Jocelyn in the party. We were through this part not a year ago. Tell me, how is Asharu doing?
Blinks a moment. She's doing well.
Insight check?
Sure.
That's another 26. Can't roll above 10
Something
today.
is fucking off. Weird and off. His affectation is a bit flat. The rhythm of his words is just weird.
I smile softly. Where are my party members in relation to me?
We're on your non-dominant hand side. I don't know which hand that is, but we're like just outside of arm's width. Like just far enough away that if we needed to draw a rapier, we could do that without having to worry about stabbing you.
I'm probably lurking a couple feet behind, keeping an eye on the group, on the area around us.
All right.
And Joslin's probably standing about 5 feet to Kyor's left, keeping an ear out for any thing bad. We got you covered. Don't worry, Macklin.
Oh yeah. Seeing
V is lurking.
what kind of Mexican standoff we just walked into. So I'd like to make a stealth check or sleight of foot check to see if I can stealthily nudge Tab with the side of my foot.
Sure.
Give me my dice. Again, God, that's a 27 stealth.
Yeah.
I mean, our passive today is 10. Did we notice that we got nudged?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got nudged.
Can we tell what Macklin means by this nudge?
Check.
22.
22.
Like just a little bit, like not even quite a glance sideways, just kind of like eyes dart sideways, trying to get a sense of whether this is like be on watch or don't do the thing or something else.
Yeah, instead of 22, I imagine I can convey that that's be on guard, something's up.
All right, we will take that in and continue listening. Sort of half to Macklin, half scanning the group.
Okay.
Not scanning the room, but like sort of attention, just a sort of attention split.
That's
Not
very
producing the
good
package.
news. That's very good news. He had quite a raw deal the last time we saw him. My allies are rather quite parched. What all do you have available, Mr. Bonebreaker?
Looks at you and then motions for ale, water, tea.
Well then, gentlemen and lady, Suppose the old adage, pick your poison, comes to mind. I look toward my allies and nod my head slightly.
We would like ale, please. Which way is the restroom?
I'm going to do an insight check on Macklin just to see if I pick up on his suspicion. Eh.
Oh God, playing both sides. How does this work?
Roll a perception?
Roll deception.
Yeah.
Okay, I will deceive. Sure. Don't roll a 1. Okay, that's above a 10. That's above a 10. That's a 27.
It's you.
Sure, you don't pick up on anything strange.
I think you wanted to roll low.
Shit.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends, like what everybody else. I mean, maybe we'll find out.
Kyor just looks vaguely bored.
Yeah, Tree pours you from one of the taps. He pours a mug of ale, sits it in front of you, and points to a corner door there.
I'm sorry, what did he say?
The door is over there.
He's pointing towards the corner now.
Pointing to a corner where there's a door to the washroom.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
You asked where the
forgot that.
bathroom
I
was. He
did.
pointed
I
at-
did. I forgot that I had asked that. Okay. I will. Can I stealthily nudge Macklin's foot back? Try to stealthily nudge Macklin's foot back, and then. Oh no. Hand just drops to the hilt. Just not drops the hilt of my rapier. That would be a bad move in this place. Just sort of drop my hand to the side, brush the hilt of my rapier. Oh, that's way better. 32.
Okay.
Okay. Just to sort of to give Macklin's foot the slight tap of I'm doing a thing. We'll see what happens. And then my pineapple and I will head off towards the washroom. And I would just like to, as I go, just try to, like, I mean, we'll see if I get murdered. But just kind of as I move, trying to move through the room and try to get a sense of whose eyes fall, like that, sort of repeat the vibe check up close. Just try to get a sense of like what people are watching, what people are worried about, what the hell's going on here. To whatever extent I can overhear snippets of conversation if anyone's conversing, although it sounds like maybe not.
All right. Roll your vibe check.
Oh, that's way better. 30.
Nice.
So you notice people are playing cards, but they're playing cards in a way that doesn't make sense.
In a way that, oh, sorry, go ahead.
They're definitely like going through the motions of pretending to play cards.
In a way, like pretending to play, because I'm seeing two possibilities. I'm trying to figure out what tab is coming in. In a way that doesn't make sense, like they are, like they know they're supposed to be playing cards, but they don't know how to play cards, or like they are trying to look like they are trying to look like they're playing cards when they're really just like on watch. Like do we have like body snatchers and brain and possession and weird things like that, or do we have like there's
Tab.
Yeah.
Tab. Roll me a history check.
7?
Reliable. No, not today.
No, not on that. No.
Not today.
No.
I will give you advantage because it's something Assume told you.
Oh. Does this have to do with the what we're bringing to the? I mean, that's a 12, so that's not great. But we do know what we're carrying. Um, is that supposed to? Okay. Okay, cool. We're going in the bathroom
Okay.
and hoping it's a single stall.
It is a single stall and it is immaculate.
Okay.
Weirdly clean.
Yeah. Can we open the box?
Yeah, you open the box.
What's in there?
I believe it was to detect
Yeah, we know what it does, but like, what actually is it? Like, is it a?
it's a wand.
Okay.
Fairly nondescript.
Like the sort of thing that would need to be attuned to.
Probably.
Oh, that's disappointing. Okay. We'll put it back in the box and wait an appropriate period of time and then make our way back to the group. And try to figure out what to do with how to do with this.
What is going on?
Good shit. Good shit.
Are we almost done here?
Hey, what are we doing? Like, Jocelyn, like, kind of walked over to Kyor. What are we doing? Where
We're letting the rogues rogue.
is it working?
I'm not entirely sure. They tend to speak in code.
Ah,
So in
V
For
is
all
common,
I
really,
know,
really
Macklin could've
trying
just fought
very hard
drugs.
not to facepalm as he overhears this conversation, and so does everybody else.
They're keeping their voice quiet.
so in common, I hear this murmuring, and Macklin speaks up. Oh, hold your horses. We can't have our drinks until Tab finishes. Until Tab
See,
returns.
he said horses. I know that's a keyword.
And then, when they come back, we'll perform the customary Zemnian cheer as we drink. And I make a mock glass raising gesture, as they say in Zemnia. And in Zemnia,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
something's quite wrong with these people. It's like they're under a spell.
And about that same
What?
time,
What?
we're in the single stall by ourselves. We're gonna lift our bracelet to our mouth, having remembered that we have this bracelet, and we'll very stealthily and quietly, so that no one who's listening at the door, if there's anyone listening at the door, could hear. I mean, we don't know that the stall could be bugged. Who knows? Say. Say, Macklin, could you come help us, please?
Macklin, I don't think that's a tradition. Oh.
what did he say? I don't know what did he say, Kyor?
Oh my goodness.
Macklin clutches his stomach. Oh, oof. Oh, my bones. Oh, my bowels. Oh, goodness. That's a multi-stall bathroom, right?
Jocelyn goes right over to him. Macklin, are you okay? Are you okay?
Jocelyn,
What?
I switched to Celestial. I can't remember. Can you speak Celestial?
What?
I hop down and just dart away, clenching my buttocks for extra to sell.
What did you just groan at me? What is going on? Macklin, are you okay? One's speaking in tongues, the other one's over here on the floor. What is going on right now?
Jocelyn, why don't you rest your old bones over here in the corner? Macklin has something to take care of that he needs to do in private. There are some things you don't want to put your hands on.
Macklin is a friend of mine. I'm allowed to put hands on him.
Consent, Josen. I beg to differ.
Beg your pardon. Slam the door behind me.
And I cast Divine Sense.
All right, Divine Sense.
Jocelyn's so fucking confused right now.
There are no celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you.
All right. Why don't you come this way, Josen? I'm going to start leading him to a chair, and I'm going to start babbling in Celestial at him. And I'm actually saying an incantation in Celestial as I cast Detect Magic.
What are you talking about, Kyor? Are you okay?
No, I hope so.
Okay, hold on, I gotta look up a thing.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm so into it.
Josen, in general, would you say you trust me?
Yes.
Trust me now. Let's take a seat and wait a moment.
Jocelyn takes a seat.
I'm just waiting for something. Give me a moment. Sometimes it takes a second.
Jocelyn starts talking in Sylvan. Do you understand this language, Kyor?
I beg your pardon?
He says in Primordial. What about this one?
Oh, that just sounds strange.
Then in Elvish, do you understand this one?
I recognize that one. I don't speak it, but I recognize it.
Jesus. And then in Bissell, he says, I'm screwed either way.
Oh, that's just unsettling.
And he just puts his head in his face and just starts rubbing it.
Sorry, I don't know if they give off an aura. I have to check.
All good.
Do they give off an aura? That's just unsettling.
Everyone pings with a vaguely. The vague school of magic you've never seen before. Like, you know about it in theory because you had studied this to learn the spell, but you've never actually really seen psionic magic before.
What the hell? Now, when I led Josen to a seat, I would have looked for some place that was away from other patrons.
Mhm.
I'm going to lean over to Josen so I can whisper to him. Actually, you know what? I know Josen can hear very well. I don't even... I just put a hand over my mouth and I just start whispering very quietly. There's something very, very wrong in this place. Don't say anything. Don't act suspicious. But I'm detecting magic from every single person in this room. And it's not a magic I'm familiar with.
Jocelyn just nods without saying anything.
A waitress, young dragonborn female waitress, comes over to you, puts down 2 drinks in front of you that appear to be some sort of ale.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You are very welcome.
Insight check.
Sure.
On who?
The waitress. That is a 26. And what Jocelyn's trying to determine, just so you understand, is he's trying to see almost like if there's emotion behind the voice, as in it's not a robot. I don't mean like robot in the physical form, but
Yeah,
like their mind's there.
Super robotic.
And does he hear the feet walk away? Hold on, let me see something. I did. at a very light whisper, Jocelyn is going to cast message to Kyor and whisper. Her mind or their mind is not with them.
I'm going to reach forward and take each mug of ale
You
and
can reply to this message.
lay on hands on both of them to cleanse them of any poisons, just in case.
I think that's a different spell, but give me a second.
I can spend 5 hit points to. Oh, wait, I think I got to target a person, not a thing.
Yeah,
it's a
they gotta get
creature.
poisoned first.
All right, noted. I just kind of grunt in Josen's direction and speak very quietly. They do seem unusual, even for rogues here.
So, what's going on in the bathroom?
Yeah, what's going on in the bathroom? You guys
I
taking a
don't know
dump?
if I want to know what's going
Close
on.
the
in the
door.
bathroom.
What the hell is going on?
Is Macklin still acting? Or is
No, he
Macklin
closes
okay.
the door behind
Delightful.
him and ceases
Okay.
the acting.
We will continue speaking in Dwarvish because that seemed to be working earlier. For certain values of working. We think they're all mind controlled. We don't know if we should give the Bonebreaker the thing to tell.
Macklin blinks. Tab, you having a stroke? I don't understand a word you're saying.
We'll switch back to. I guess we'll go Thieves' Camp. We're pretty sure everybody could overhear it, but that's fine. But still trying to speak like for Macklin's ears only.
Heather, just sorry.
No, go for it.
How many creatures are in this bar?
Oh no.
Only 12.
12.
Yeah, let's go 12. 12 plus Treve and the waitress, so 14 total.
Jaws and we'll send him a. Go ahead and finish your stuff, Tab. Finish what you were going to do.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's good information to have. So stealthily in Thieves' Cant for Macklin's ears only. We have a wand for detection of psionic mind control.
Oh.
For the Bonebreaker from our friend. But we don't know if he is also already.
I understand now. Something must have happened. Treve must have suspected something to happen, and now he's become caught in that something. Someone must have targeted the death respite, perhaps lacing spells upon one patron after another. Probably should have brought the wand a bit sooner. Treve is most definitely not himself.
We can't use it yet, so.
Well, we don't really need to detect it. I think it's safe to assume that all of them have succumbed.
We don't know if it does anything else, but it's very strange here. They don't know how to play cards.
Nor talk. Their bedside matter's pretty bad. Okay, what can we do about this? I have a single use of lesser restoration in my ring. I could attempt to restore him, but I don't know if it'll work. If we can get Treve on our side, he is a powerful competent.
And do we hear Jason or at that point?
That's to Kyor. That's to Kyor.
Okay,
yeah.
we don't hear anything.
Yeah, you guys keep doing your thing. Sorry, I meant to say that. It was supposed to be a whisper. Sorry.
Sure, no worries. What was Macklin said? If we can get Treve on our side, he's a powerful what?
Combatant.
Powerful combatant.
I said competent.
He's both. He's a competent combatant.
He's a competent combatant.
Probably shouldn't. Whatever you're going to do, probably shouldn't get him. We should get him away from everything else. So if it goes badly, they don't all see it immediately.
If I understood how to remove the spell, one of us could stealthily make a wombo combo 1-2 punch gesture. He would be subtle enough to keep it to himself, but it's getting to him. I wonder if Johnson could challenge him to an arm wrestling match. Clasp his hand, cast the spell. Get his arm broken, yes, but it's worth the cause.
It would be worth it. We don't have any more poison, so that won't help. As we're talking, we're talking and we're listening and we're tucking this the box with the wand in it back into the pack with the wand in it back into our pack, and we pause and we look into the bag and we look at Macklin. Was he drinking anything or eating anything?
Triv, he was cleaning glasses.
If we could get him to eat one of these, and we're going to pull out the small package of our remaining half dozen magic disbelieving berries from hell.
I blink and just stare. You've been holding on to those.
We have lots. We gave Johnson some too.
All right. He's got a very large mouth. One of us can just hit him in the throat with it. Do you happen to have a sling?
We dig through our bag some more and shake our head sadly. We don't. We have a yo-yo.
That might not do. I've got it. You leave first, carry the berries. I will stealth around behind the bar and stomp on his tail. Does Treehouse have a tail?
We could put them in a bear claw and then offer him the bear claw as a gift from afar.
I don't know if he'll accept it, but if we can make him yelp.
Do you think we should ask V? He might have a good idea.
Oh yes, get V in there by all means.
Oh my gosh!
Lift the bracelet to our mouth. V, can you come help us, please?
Are you serious?
It was
Like,
Macklin's
hey,
idea.
why do they want a V?
I honestly am not sure. We could discuss with the group. We do have our bracelets.
I feel like it would be suspicious if we spoke into our bracelets out here.
True. But
Wait, can't you do that thing to them that you were just doing to me?
what do you mean? Do what thing?
The speak into their heads thing.
Well, I could message one of them, yes. I can only do one at a time.
That might look less suspicious than speaking into our bracelets. Do we actually have to speak into our bracelets? I never thought to wonder how these things worked. I started investigating my bracelet.
V is going to go up to the bar, get a couple of drinks, bring them over to Kyor and Josen, and plunk them down the counter because they're just awkwardly sitting there in the middle of a bar with nothing to drink.
No, we have drinks.
They were brought 2 drinks.
Okay, fine. They're good then.
I'm not drinking them, but
Good plan.
God, no.
Okay, in that case, V is just kind of going to move around. Because, no one is... Is V corrected? No one is really paying any sort of noticeable attention to him? Actually, I'd like to insight check that. Because insight checks. That was a terrible insight check, B. Why?
B, you're from the Underdark, aren't you?
Yes.
Roll me history check.
Yeah, that's about how tonight's going.
Okay. Yeah, no one seems to be paying much attention to you. Or any of you. And you look and you see, roll a perception check.
That was better. 26.
One guy is just standing, he has cards in his hand, but he's just standing, or he's just sitting and staring straight forward, and there's a little bit of drool, like, coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, I don't know if he's quite got to mind control yet, but these people are incapacitated. That is not how these sorts of places are supposed to work.
Meanwhile, Josen and Kyor are just kind of whispering at their table.
mentally incapacitated. While V is moving across the room, pretending sort of that he is not with everybody else.
After bringing them a round of drinks.
Yes, well. That's how you guys are awkward.
Is V joining us in the bathroom?
Yep.
3 rogues in a bathroom.
What could be finer?
Well, the good news is it's an exceptionally clean bathroom.
How is this bathroom this clean? It's not probable.
Almost the most unsettling part. That was the wrong voice.
What did you need me for?
We need you to get a berry help us get a berry into the bartender's mouth. Or to forget what to do with everyone here being mind controlled.
Yes, everyone's mind controlled, by the way. The berries might help.
They're mind controlled, so we're going to poison them.
We're going to poison them a little bit, because when they're poisoned a little bit with this particular berry, it makes them stop believing in magic, and then magic doesn't affect them. And it seems to be psionic magic, based on what the Seeker gave us didn't give us to fix it, but gave us to bring to the Bonebreaker so that he could identify the people who were affected. But now he's affected, so we need him to not be affected, and the berries will help with that, we think.
Affected.
Okay, then.
And we know you're very smart, so we thought you might have a plan or a spell.
Exactly how quickly do you think I come up with these things?
We believe in you.
I just nod briskly.
Well, Kyor and Johnson fit in this bathroom too.
You
Or
guys are already
are we approaching capacity? Okay.
Yeah, you guys are already kind of like standing chest to chest. Like, Macklin's probably like standing on the latrine in order to not be chest to,
Yeah, that's a...
Yeah.
You ever tried to fit 3 people in a regular bathroom stall?
I think there's a Guinness record for that somewhere.
Not on purpose. Is the bartender susceptible to magic, like, at all?
The bartender?
Yeah.
Trevor's not a magician. He's a mercenary. Chances are he's as susceptible to magic as the average Joe. I could cast silence behind the bar. That would keep anything that we do behind the bar mostly quiet. if we don't move too much, we might not draw that much attention if there's no noise.
Do you think we should tell the others? We are now remembering that Kyor was very unhappy with us when we went away to do something else.
It's a good idea.
We don't think they'll fit in the bathroom, though.
No. It might be suspicious as well.
I can cast Hypnotic Pattern and then just try to stick the dang thing's mouth. Because honestly, if it'll work, then the attention should all be there.
It's a
If
good
it
idea.
won't work, then he obviously won't be looking at it.
So we get him to look in our direction. You cast the spell. He falls into a stupor, jaw agape, drool. Yes.
With any luck.
With any luck. Otherwise, we can always reach up and make him chew it by mechanical motion of the hand to the jaw. Right, Tad. Would you like to contact the others? Let them know what you know. But we know.
I mean,
All right.
I can
Oh, go ahead.
also cast Mage Hand, but I'm not sure how well it would work trying to hold both.
Not.
Oh, we'll take that back. And we'll take V's pineapple back and put that in our bag, too. And then we'll, I guess, lift the bracelet to our mouth and say, we're still here. We haven't gone away and done something terrible yet.
What yet? What is yet?
We don't like to overpromise. Are you still there? Kyor and Jocelyn, have you done something terrible yet?
Not yet, but I'm about ready to.
See? It's the right time for everyone.
Did Josen speak into his bracelet?
V is
Or
going
was
to
that a
cast a
response to your
message
spell?
at Kyor.
Yes. He spoke into the bracelet.
I thought we were supposed to be discreet.
I was scratching my head. What are you talking about?
Tab will wait for if V is casting message. Tab will wait for V to cast message before he to finish his thing first before they keep going.
Oh, no, go ahead. V was going to cast messages at Kyor, and then Tab started talking. And V is like, "Fine, you do it."
Everyone is mind controlled, not us, but everyone who was here before we all got here, and we need to unmind control the bartender. And maybe everyone else too, but definitely the bartender. And we are coming up with strange plans to do that. And we thought you might want to, we should tell you before we did a strange plan so you don't get mad at us. There's no room in the bathroom though.
I blink and I look at Josen. How opposed are you to doing something stupid?
I've never been opposed before, have I?
All right.
We have a very good idea. But you may also have very good ideas.
I nod slightly, weighing our options. And then I turn and cast a spell magic on Bonebreaker.
Ooh.
Hi.
If the effect is 4th or higher, I have to roll for it.
Which one's Bonebreaker? Who's Bonebreaker again?
The
The
bartender.
Thank you.
Dragonborn
Okay.
bartender.
Yeah, why don't you roll for me?
Oh boy.
Not exactly a spell, but
Make an ability check.
Using my spellcasting ability, so just a straight up charisma check.
Chat real smooth.
I am quite earnest.
okay. You hit him with a spell and you put force behind it. Vocal and somatic. Wonderful.
I speak in Celestial. and just kind of like wave my hand as though I'm trying to like gesture him to come over.
Sure. And as you do it, he looks at you, his eyes glassy, as a large kind of insectoid tadpole-like creature crawls out of his eyeball.
Oh!
What's
Oh,
the
no.
actual
Out of its
And
eyeball.
out of his eyeball. And with that, we're gonna call it for tonight.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, what was the descriptor? Large insectoid something creature? I feel like I missed a modifier.
Like a cat, like a tadpole or
Tadpole,
caterpillar.
that's what it was. Yeah. Oh, that's unsettling. Delightful.
Oh, you really dove back into that game hard the last couple days, haven't you?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Actually, I had this plan before I started to get back into Baldur's Gate.
Whew. Oh man.
Ask,
You know this.
ask Hannah. I gave that wand was I told them
Yeah.
what that wand did
Yeah.
weeks ago.
That's funny because I was just looking at that today just to remind myself what we were carrying, and then completely forgot in the moment that that it would have been.
No, it literally was
Yeah.
like, what monsters have I not used
Yeah.
a lot of? And I was like, oh, this is an area that I have not explored as much as I would
Oh.
like.
I'm so excited.
Oh man, that means that we're gonna have to like not just help these people, but also, track someone's down. This just turned into a side quest. This isn't a fetch quest. This is a fucking side quest.
I mean,
Good thing we have a month.
I have to think about this now because I need to figure out if Kyor's immediate reaction isn't just to turn around to Josen and just say, "Do it."
Burn the place.
Got a week to think about it.
I don't even think you're gonna have to say anything. I think Jocelyn's just gonna do it.
Especially after hearing Kyor's reaction. She has a lot of surprised reactions, but that earnest, disgusted, what the
Also, I like that Rogue Party doesn't know this is happening right now.
Oh yeah, there were two completely different plans happening at the exact same time without any communication whatsoever.
We were trying to communicate, dang it.
If you could fix it all before we even get back outside, so we had to try to like shove this berry in Bonebreaker's mouth.
I
If
think
he's
after
already
what happened to
fine, would be
Bonebreaker, I think you'll happy being tripping balls after this.
Yeah, right.
All of
I think it'll take the
that's
edge
on-
off.
Wow.
That's the part of wish spell I
cool.
can use without it burning me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would
Oh.
keep it at risk.
Okay.
So does that still come with a 30% chance of
No,
fuckery or?
no,
No.
Oh, that's so cool.
that's one of
It's
its
spell
alternatives.
replication.
I'm essentially what I'm doing with the spell is I'm casting greater restoration on everybody in the bar. That's all I'm doing.
Such a good spell.
That's why I took it.
When wish is used to replicate another spell, it's incredibly effective and
Yep.
very useful.
just don't use it out of its bounds. Don't. I mean,
Don't go off menu.
yeah,
It's when you go off menu that things happen.
which depends on what happens to people. Jocelyn might end up using that at some point, but not right now.
You
Yeah.
know, for
And
all
it
the
makes
Dead in
like
effect?
you have like your wishes are renewable as long as you don't fuck it up. So
Yeah,
that makes sense. Like mine are not. So it makes a totally different strategy.
right,
That's delightful.
exactly.
Can Jocelyn wish to recharge the wishes?
Can you wish for more
No,
wishes?
no. Do not do
It's a
wish.
wish from a different source.
I mean,
that
he
sounds
could.
as bad as putting a bag of holding inside a bag of holding. It'll just implode the world.
No, yeah, that's no. Don't ever do that. That's called wish spell abuse, and that's where your DM can take massive advantage against you. Don't ever do that.
But honestly, for all the trouble that Kyor and Jocelyn give us about Rogue Party, they're gonna start a bar fight with the Psygonic insectoids while we're not looking.
Yes.
That's fine.
I love that
Either
so
we
much.
start the bar fight or we end it before it even begins.
Listen,
In
Kyor,
either case, it's going to be impressive.
The eternal contention between is Rogue Party or the rest of the party when the rogues are not there more like which
Rogue
group is
Party
more
and God
chaotic
Party.
is
Yeah,
what was that?
Rogue Party and God Party.
Yeah. Like I really enjoy finding out and under any given circumstance which of those groups actually gets up to more trouble. Because it can go either way.
It's definitely the God
You never
Party.
really thought of like rogues as a mitigating influence, but apparently
so
But
be
it's
careful
like-
and subtle,
cleric
and
on
then-
their
Right
own.
sprinkling of rogues because if you like any two